Hey guys, welcome to Cinema Club. It's me, Steve, and today we're going to be reviewing the incredible 2008 film. Is it 2008 or 2018? I think 2018. Don't know, 2008. I don't
Hey,
remember. Step Brothers. That's the name of the movie. But I'm not here by myself. I picked this movie before I say who is here hosting with me. I picked this movie because we watched a movie the week before called Stepmom, and in the spirit of steps, I went to the next step, and that was with the Stepbrothers. Uh, and I picked this movie, and also because Marina never seen it, and I'm here also with Marina Love, Jason underscore Echoes,
Yo,
El Dino. And before I give my first impressions, let's give the first impressions to, of course, the person that has never seen this movie before, the one and the only El Dino.
never seen it. Wow. I think I own the movie. Um, Loved it. I think of the uh John C. Riley, Will Ferrell movies. I think it's the best one. It's hilarious. It's quotable. Still quote stuff from it. I think a lot of people do. Fucking Catalina Wine Mixer. Uh, you know, so many different ones. I think I also saw it in the theaters, and yeah, it's like I haven't seen it in a long time, but it was definitely on my rotation when all I had was like one of what is it, CRT TVs and my PS2 Slim that I would use as a DVD player, and so that was one of those that if we wanted a good laugh or whatever, we would put on. Yeah, I think it still holds up. I don't know what that says about current comedies, but it was right there in peak. Um, I don't know, the fact that they're like in their 40s, and I was like, or I was like, ouch, this has a whole different viewing. It was a whole different view that I did when it first came out. So that was interesting, kind of being the age or actually even older than they're supposed to be in the film. But anyway, yeah, hilarious, hilarious film. Also, one of the movies where we first see certain performers, actors that became huge in comedies, but before were more serious actors or backgrounds. So yeah, just has a whole lot of goodness to it.
Thank you so much, Dino. Now let's go with someone that has seen this movie about 59 times, Marina.
whoa. um, so that's incorrect. This is my first time watching it. 2008 was a weird time for me. I grew up really strict, but then I also moved out in 2008, and then I was too busy to watch movies because I was working three jobs to support myself. So this has been on my list for a very long time, but I just never got around to see it. So it was kind of cool to knock this off my list. I like people quote it all the time, and I'm always like, yeah, and I have zero idea what they're talking about. Zero. So it feels absolutely amazing to be able to relate. I feel like people have probably stopped joking more recently. So now hopefully there's a stepbrother joke comeback so I can finally participate. Um
All you gotta
yeah,
do is start it.
yeah, maybe. It was cool. Like you guys know I'm a sucker for seeing people in their like earlier acting. So it's so cool to see Catherine Hahn like just play this like silly lady that loves her brother's stepbrother. I don't know. Like it was just so much going on. I never seen I had never loved well her husband's stepbrother, just kidding. But and yeah, a lot of the stuff was interesting. I feel like this is like Severance, the prequel or something. I'm just kidding. Like it was just so
That's
interesting
funny.
seeing some of these actors in these spaces. Like I'd always knew Will Ferrell was one of the stepbrothers, and then the person who plays his brother was the brother, but like I don't think I ever, realized that like the mom was who she was, the dad was who he was. So it was kind of really interesting to see some of them act this way. Like I feel like Mary Steenburgen, is that how you say her last name? I feel like she's always Ted Danson's like ex-wife to me, and I just feel like she was played in like very serious pieces, and so it was kind of funny seeing her like in this like very like sexual innuendo type movie, and it was good. Like sometimes these movies don't hit it for me. Like 40-Year-Old Virgin, I was just like, okay, like I get it, this is funny, but like, is it that funny? This one, I actually do really like what they did with the comedy. Some of the jokes couldn't fly this day, but I still laughed. I'm not even gonna lie, but I'm kind of glad something like this was made in a time where it's okay to use the R word and a couple other different words, but it was still funny. I just like don't think that this could probably be made today with the same script, but the jokes themselves last and you can still get some good laughs out of it. But overall, um yeah, it was really enjoyable, and can't wait to dive in with you guys and stuff you guys probably really love because you've seen it a few times. I probably need more to be able to like for some of the jokes to stick, but yeah, it's still a good pick.
Thank you for that, Marina. Let's go with you, Steve. Of course. Uh, Jason.
Okay. So this is not my first time seeing this movie. I have seen it before. I actually saw it when it was released in theaters. May have seen it on opening day, like in the afternoon, because I was really excited to see this movie. From the trailers, I remember thinking it was really funny, and I remember seeing it with like the perfect person. It was a friend of mine, or still a friend of mine, but we I saw this in Detroit and with like one of the silliest people I know. So it was kind of perfect. And I remember seeing this in like the middle of the day, and I just remember us cracking up in like a half full movie theater, just rolling, just like the kind of laughing where it just like takes your breath away. We just and like right from the start too. So this was like a really enjoyable experience. I've seen this movie a bunch of times. Like this is one of the movies that like I've seen it and then I've seen like bits and pieces, here and there, or if it's on, I'll just like watch it for like a little bit. Um, I think upon this time watching it, the things that I noticed, like, I mean, it's still very funny. Like I know all the jokes when they're coming, so I'm not like laughing at everything, but like I recognize it as being funny. You know what I mean? But and then some of the stuff I am still laughing at. But what I noticed this time, I kind of paid a little bit closer attention to the actual like acting and performances, and this thing is like uniformly just really good acting. Like everybody in this is like just like they have their character pitch perfect to like the tone of the comedy, and I probably credit that with the directing. Like Adam McKay directed this thing, and I mean Adam McKay is such a good director. I mean he directs more than just comedy now. He directs like full on like dramatic stuff, and he's like all of it's good. You know what I mean? He's such a good storyteller, and I probably credit a lot of the actors' performances to him probably explaining to them exactly the tone that they need to be in this thing. Yeah, man, like everybody's good. Like as I'm watching it this time, like Adam Scott, I didn't like I never like really realized like how good he is in this thing until like I've seen him in so much other stuff now, and it's like this is like kind of a different role than things he's played, and just him playing like the jerky brother, it's just really good. It's just the basic stuff about this movie about them basically being like 12-year-old boys essentially. Like it's just funny, and it's these two are just great at it, and they're just great together. They're so funny together, and I agree with Dino. Like of all the work that they've done together, which is great. Like this is my favorite thing that they've done together. This is probably one of my favorite comedies, to be honest with you, just because they're so perfect together. They're just like these puzzle pieces that just go together. Outside of like Sherlock Holmes or whatever they did, that was not good. But other like, and I wish they would do more movies. Like I feel like they don't do anything else because Sherlock Holmes wasn't good. Like maybe nobody's like really pushing for them to like be in a movie because Hollywood's weird. But they should. I feel like in the old days of Hollywood, they would have had like 5 more movies together by now. But then like another thing that I was focused on, two actors together, was Richard Jenkins and Mary Steenburgen. Like they're so very good together, and Mary
Yeah.
Steenburgen is so funny. It's just like they're straight man. She's like the straight man to everybody in this movie, and she's so good just with like these throwaway lines and like just like her looking away and saying a line. She's so funny. And like obviously Richard Jenkins. I mean, that's just really good, great casting because they're both good actors and they're just so like you cast a good actor in a really great comedy and they almost universally always show up. Uh
Well, it's
look at
almost to the level of Airplane, right? Where they had a lot of serious actors
that.
around the
Yep,
comedy and around the comedy, and
that's
the
right.
thing was like keeping it straight, right? I mean, yeah, in the
Yep,
DVDs they had the bloopers and deleted scenes, and it's like just the fact that they're able to get through
yep.
lines and neither laughing like the people saying it or yeah, is
Just
wild.
terrific. I'm
And
sure they broke many, many times while filming this, but I think that's the greatest thing about this movie, honestly, is the cast from top to bottom. Everybody, like, there's no bad acting in this movie. And Catherine Hahn, like, that Marina was talking about, like, I noticed her when I first saw this movie because I thought everybody was good. But now that I've seen her in so much more stuff since then, and I kind of forgot that she was in this, and I go back and look at it, like, wow, she really stands out as being good. And it's probably, it's probably one of the greatest, like, kisses in movie history that she gives John C. Riley's character, like in the scene where they kiss it. Like it's so ridiculous and it's funny and yeah, it's like I still like this movie so very much. And I just love them together. It just kind of like warms me up every time I see this. So yeah, it's a funny movie.
the fact that they took a line, sorry, of The Outsiders, real renowned, right? It was a book, then a movie, now a Broadway musical show, Stay Golden, Pony Boy. And now, I saw the musical here in San Diego when it premiere, world premiere, right?
This is a musical.
Uh, huh?
This is a musical.
The Outsiders. Yeah, they turned it
Oh, The
into a
Outsiders. Yeah,
musical.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's a famous line. Stay golden, pony boy.
I
And
say that
like
to people all the time.
I do too, but the fact that it's like taken all the dramatic thing away from that line, it was like this renowned kind of known line from this like, you know, book and movie is wild.
Dino, I've been saying that line to people since I first read that book in junior high. Like I've
And
never stopped saying "stay golden bony boy" to people. I still say it to this day.
oh, okay. I usually after I'm done at the urinal, if there's someone in the bathroom with me, I'll just say it to them as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah, great.
Steve, how about you? You ever see this movie before?
I'm so glad that you asked. It's actually my maybe fifth time watching the film,
Ooh.
Not a
quite possible.
competition.
Uh, but yeah, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, and I'm quite surprised on the amount it still holds up. I would say, I mean, not entirely. I think like the core thing, the core glue, I think of this particular film, I think it really relies like we focus, of course, because they're the main characters. They're the stepbrothers from John C. Riley and Will Ferrell. But I really have to admit that watching it this time, like what kept me going with the film, and maybe it's because I'm watching some other series and whatever that are like more dramatic and more family oriented. I was very focused on the mom and the dad, like very, very focused on them. And like they did such a great job. And I think the casting in this film in general is like amazing, like off the charts casting. And because everybody did like a really amazing job. And yeah, there's jokes that still, maybe they don't hold up these days, or you don't laugh as hard as you would have the first time you're seeing it, or at the time when there was like a different type of comedy that we watched. But still, it's a really, really great film in general, in my opinion. And like, yeah, I can't wait to dive deep into this film. And also, one thing that, yeah, like Dino was mentioning, also, is like, and I think also that's one of the things that like it's so brilliant about like the writing of like specifically Will Ferrell and Adam McKay. Uh that is like they write stuff, or maybe it's improvised, I don't even know, but like that is so quotable. Like so much is like, yeah, it's like lines you always remember. For some, they ring or somebody makes a shirt out of it. I don't know, but it's just so quotable out of it that immediately when you say it, like the fucking Catalina Wine Mixer, that's straight up from this film. Like straight up is from here. But anyway, that's my first impression, final thought,
Well,
initial thought.
we should note that the Catalina Wine Mixer is now a real thing that happens on Catalina Island because of this movie. It's a yearly thing that happens. Also, because you mentioned the casting, we should note that Allison Jones has casted this movie, and I think she's casted other movies that we've watched before too. I think she's one of the better casting directors in Hollywood, if not the best comedic casting director in Hollywood. She knows how to find all the best people for the right roles.
Not the Catalina Wine Mixer being on my birthday next year.
You know where you're going to be for your birthday.
Let's go.
Go twice for me. I never got to go to Catalina Island.
What I actually never been either, even though like I hear it's
Yeah, but
cool.
also you know that on your birth, very side topic of this film, but like on your birthday, like or birthday week or birthday month, you can go there for free.
I heard after COVID that stopped, and I've been punching the air ever since because I missed it.
Oh wow!
But no, that's cool. So the casting director, what else has she casted offhand? What do you
So she
know?
used to be the casting director for The Office.
Oh,
That's the one that I remember like offhand. But let me get back to you on that.
okay, cool. Freaking
You know,
Catalina.
you're muted, you know.
You're back, you know.
But then again, Adam McKay uses a lot of the same people, right? And I think Catherine Hahn said that the scene that she had to audition with was the bathroom scene, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. So kind of like improv off of that or something. Yeah, something like that.
So Allison Jones, just from looking at her IMDb right at the top, she cast Barbie,
Mm,
Lady Bird,
mm.
most recently Weapons, Curb Your Enthusiasm, uh, uh,
So which genres? Because it seems like she's been like kind of funny, and then like Barbie was kind of a little bit of both, but like Weapons is straight up scary. So it's
yeah.
very cool that she's able to do something different. I'm curious what her dream was, you know, like where.
Well, I just remember like the reason I actually know the name is because I used to submit to her for like a bunch of comedic TV shows back in the day. Palm Springs, which I really liked that movie. That was with what's his face from SNL was the lead in that, and names are beside me right now. Arrested Development, she used to cast that.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, she's mostly comedic stuff, but like she's moving and making things happen. But she's a really great casting director, and she just knows funny people. Like she finds them and she puts them in things.
If you're watching this, book Jason, okay? Book him.
Get me Allison Jones.
Well, talking about funny people, let's talk about Step Brothers.
Yeah,
Uh, do you guys have a part of the movie, a scene, or a particular line that made you laugh out loud?
man,
I'll
there
take
are
it.
so many.
I was gonna say, I think I had like a little bit of a disadvantage because, like, you would think because it was fresh for me. things would be funnier for me. But I think like these things have been like so talked about for so long that I surprisingly was like, oh yeah. I was more like checking things off a list, like, oh, that's the joke. So something that I've been really interested in seeing because people like take, do memes out of it and stuff was the car scene. Because I'm a karaoke lover. So
Oh,
I
Very funny.
definitely
Very funny.
I definitely crack my butt up, and I can finally know what's going on, like, when people, like, post it, and, like, I understand now that he's a douchebag, so we understand that his family's not very happy in this car and as, like, tough as he's being. Because I would see little clips of it, and, like, it's funny, but I didn't understand that we just don't really like that brother, and so that definitely made me laugh, especially, like, the kids, like, I don't know if they ever got their flowers, but, like, the moment when they almost get in the car accident and then their
yeah.
faces and they keep on singing the song afterwards. I that was really well done.
Yeah, that was
Severance,
a terrific sequence for sure.
Severance can
It's
never.
great, and it's also a great kind of introduction to who that character is. Even though they do introduce him first in the flashback, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the real
Which he has a
introduction to him is with his
ponytail.
family.
I know with his ponytail. I was like, is this gonna be in the current times? Like, what is happening?
And
It's the
and
eyesight baby.
Catherine Hahn's character as well. Like it makes so much sense then why she's so repressed and yeah, and so
Did the
wild.
creator of this movie have anything to do with the other guys at all? I know Will Ferrell's in that,
I
but I
mean,
don't
Adam McKay also directed it, and so
because
there's
like
all
that
that.
whole concept of a pretty woman being crazy about like a weirdo that
Oh,
made like I just thought that was it kind of reminded me of that, like how everybody threw themselves at Will Ferrell and the other guys. And this girl out of nowhere is like, you punched him in the face. Yes, I must do this with you. We loved each other in another life.
Yeah, for sure.
um.
Go ahead.
So for me, I was kind of doing a few things. Well, this is how funny it is. Like I was forget even what else was like doing, but I just kind of stopped because I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to miss this part. I don't want to miss this part. And one part where I just truly laughed out loud, and I know this is so kid humor, but it's that fart scene. Oh my god, I forgot how long. I knew it was gonna be that long fart, but boy, did I forget how long it went for. And then Seth just kind of being like, smelling it and being like, "Is that ketchup and onion?" I don't know why it's just so stupid. And then like now the tuxes are fucked up or whatever. It's so stupid. Oh
It's more fun
man,
seeing you react
I'm
to it.
I'm crying. I mean, it's just so funny. It was. I forgot how long it was, and then the response. I knew like that's the thing. Like I remember all the beats and like the different moments, the nuts on the drums, the pow. Yeah, but that fart went on for so long, and then it ended with a poop.
Yeah, yeah. Just to
I'm
piggyback,
glad you really like that.
It's
just to
so
piggyback,
stupid.
just to piggyback of the tuxedo stuff. Because like especially in the beginning when I didn't know, when he pops out in the
Yeah.
back is always hilarious. But like definitely out of nowhere when like Will Ferrell is like, "Shut up," or whatever to the lady.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious. But this time, for some reason, what made me laugh out loud is them beating up the kids.
Oh, at the
Like,
very end. Yeah.
yeah, that for some reason, I was just hysterically laughing when I saw
And
the
the
beat.
doves fly out. It's like a John Woo moment when they do like roundhouse kick and doves are flying. Like, yeah. But before that, the setup of that, right? Like, maybe you guys don't walk down that street. or like maybe you take the long route home. It's like, yeah, that's what we talked about. Like the white box shit.
I
Oh
like
man.
how I like how the mom still plays. She very much plays into the fact like that they're 12 years old still.
Yeah.
Like she just accepts it. Like, no, these are my babies. They're 12. Don't be so hard on the boys. Kind of, you know what I mean? Like they are 40-year-old men.
The dad was
Well,
sick of it. I was
yeah,
conflicted, like opinion.
it's great when the shrink is just like, you're enablers, you know that, and they're like, yep. Just like,
Because I couldn't
just
tell the messaging of the movie, and I think that's definitely something that would have been needed to be more specific if this movie came out in current times. Are they off? Are they different? Or are they just people that like got traumatized at a young age and never grew up? And I think like going into the movie, I thought that maybe they were on the spectrum or just something was off. But then like the more you watch it, it's either what really sucks, he's being mean to his kid if his kid does have like a disability. But on the other hand, like, do they? Like, I don't know what the movie was trying to say about why they are the way they are.
you missed it at the end. Don't lose your dinosaur. Come on now.
I don't know if that answers my question.
So I think it's like, okay, it's a fair question, especially considering like all that we know now from when this movie came out. Just what was it, 17 years ago? Jesus. Like that this movie came out, we do know so much more. And then like we have like TikTok that like teaches us all these things in the last like 5 years because of the pandemic, right? I think though that you're not supposed to question that. It's just a dumb
Yeah.
comedy, and we have to accept that they're 12. You know,
Yeah.
and
But
I
the
don't,
you just
12 bit,
happen to have two 12-year-olds, like just two men from two different worlds colliding, but they're from the same world.
yeah. And that's rated R, right? Like that's the difference. It's
It's
12
rated
year
R,
old
sure, yeah, yeah,
but rated R.
I think
right.
the dad eventually being mean is the only thing that throws it off because I was willing to be in that world, but then like Dialect just basically loses it and like get the fudge out. And I'm like, but wait, like, are they mentally capable of taking care of themselves or not? And that's where I was just a little like, what I don't know who to root for. Like, shout out to you for getting out of your stressful situation. But like, wait a minute, like this is your kid. If he's not okay, you're
I
being
just always thought they were just kind of like dumb, and the whole world has just sort of placated to their dumbness. But not
maybe.
the whole
They
world though, because like they go
they
into
just
job
got
interviews and everybody's like,
yeah.
"You're weird, get out."
They got stunted is what it was, right? For different, for different reasons, and again got enabled. But at the end, when you see them actually holding the jobs down, it's like, yeah, like all it really is like a little bit of following your dreams and just kind of, you know,
But isn't the
I don't know.
brother kind of stunted in his role as well? Like when he gets around them, he kind of turns into their bully a little bit, right? He turned like every it's almost like seeing someone from junior high or seeing someone from high
Right.
school
Yeah.
and you guys going right back into the roles that you
Yeah.
were when you were those
Or with
ages
his coworkers, even when they're there at
at the office.
anytime. I mean, very broy,
Yep.
very, but yeah, but those guys that probably still go to like high school games and stuff like that, and like,
Yes.
that's the feel. And at the end, he gets his, they're like, okay, all right, you've had enough. He kind of reverts when everyone has the growth. He's kind of reverted or just like brought down a peg for. Oh man, another great line is lip syncing to Ice Ice Baby. That's a really good song.
Listen, that okay, so that was the first legitimate loud laugh that I had. And it's almost a throwaway line, but her saying it is. Well, I thought she said it is. Like it's like that's funny.
I also liked it's always cool to see Rob Riggle, the guy who was you guys were talking about
The bully,
the
another bully.
office scene. Like I feel like he always comes in very briefly and is freaking hilarious because he was the one in the Hangover when they had the cop thing. It's like not up in here, not up in here. It's just
He
always
comes in hot, right?
he's this aggressive, like
Mhm.
funny guy that we probably wouldn't need a whole movie with him, but when he comes through,
Did his I maybe that's one of the times then where I missed it. Did they have the scene where like his heart stops? Or is that in the unrated version or the deleted scene? He's with Will Ferrell and he's just going at him like pow and like doing all this thing and just kind of freezes. And then it's like, I think you just had a heart attack, or I think your heart just stopped. No, that's
I don't.
you see, I'm remembering that from
I don't think I've ever saw like the deleted stuff.
well, my DVDs are down in the shelf in the big old binder.
Is it
Wrapped
pretty
in
good?
plastic.
Version. You have the unrated version.
Is it an
Yeah,
unrated version or is it deleted scenes?
I think there's both. I think it's like a unrated version, and then there's deleted scenes.
I wish you would have told me that before I watched it.
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad, broski. We'll just have to watch it again when I get there.
Together.
Right.
Yep.
Step
With
Brothers.
our Chewbacca mask.
Which is great. But also all the kid stuff that they had is great too. I mean,
Yeah.
like when they built their bunk beds, if you pay attention to like the props that they use to build, like there's like hockey sticks and stuff, like the prop, like they have, it's all kid stuff.
Not only that, so that's another line that I hear everywhere, like any kind of like social media video or like home improvement
So much room for
or like
activities.
huh? Yeah. And everyone kind of does a wink, not a not legit wink, but it's just the moment that a space opens up. It's like got so much room for activity,
Yeah, right.
and everyone knows what it is. And now Marina does as well.
Yep.
That you'll start hearing it all the time. People just dropping the
You're right.
so much more room for activities. You know?
Another line that I say all the time because of that, like and like everybody else, it's just like it's a nod to this movie, and it's almost so it's so built into our culture. Like after you see this movie, that like it's almost a throwaway line now.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And I gotta mention when they're like threatening each other by whispering in the bed, hilarious.
It's great. It's great.
Now the real question is there anything that they were doing that you guys did when you were young? Like if you
Say it
were
again,
12
Nino.
years old. Is there anything that they did when they were like acting all 12-year-old, like karate in the garage or anything else that it was like, oh yeah, I definitely did that when I was 12 or
I think it's
14?
definitely a boy's question, a man question, because I did not do anything.
Yeah.
Supposedly, I still don't believe it, but supposedly one time I sleepwalked.
Which is funny because it's a thing that kids do.
Yeah.
So yes, Steve, I also sleepwalked as a kid. And I also me and my friends used to avoid a certain way home because there were bullies there.
I don't know. I effed with the gangsters. I don't know. Like,
You were one of the bullies.
they understood a player for real, you know. I don't know what just maybe they don't mess with girls like that. I don't know,
Well, a lot of the bullies in that movie, half of them were girls.
No, I definitely wasn't a bully, but yeah, where I like my only like walk to school thing was when I lived on the west side of Chicago, and like.
Oh,
And I don't feel like any of those like real gang people. They don't like mess with kids. It's like an adult thing. They
Well,
just
it was when I was 12. They were like the 14 or 15-year-olds. You had to avoid them.
gotcha. I guess my school really didn't have bullies. You just like worried about like actual gang activity, and we weren't a part of their business. So
I would say, I mean, this doesn't count from when I was a kid, but later in life, I did, gather people in a room and they didn't know I was going to pitch them into a pyramid
Nice.
scheme or
MLM. Damn.
or a bad business idea.
With a music video.
Yeah.
did anybody get their feel goods to fitness movies?
Wait, what? Say that again.
Doing their feel goods to fitness videos. I'm just trying to say it in a nice
Oh,
way so YouTube doesn't block us.
I don't think so.
home
I
and
don't think
garden.
so. But I do remember around that age, around like 12 years old, I do remember a VHS of what was the name of that movie? Showgirls was being passed around the boys, and I remember like maybe I was like 6 on the list to get it, and by the time it got to like the
There was
fourth or
a
fifth boy,
list. There was a sign up. That's hilarious.
yeah. And there was like by the time like it got to the fourth or fifth boy, the video had got intercepted by a teacher, and they all
Oh
got in
no.
trouble. So I didn't have to like be involved with any of it because it didn't get to me yet.
Dodged a bullet.
Dodged the bullet off of Showgirls. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really think there's anything that was super relatable to my childhood in that one. But yeah, no.
Did you have a boathouse treehouse?
Can't recall. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't have a lot of like. Wasn't until I was like 13 that we actually lived in like a place that had a backyard.
I literally all I can think about in that scene is how much it took, like how many hours on set it took to just put that boat there.
You think they put a whole boat, or it's just like exterior? Because I don't know why I kind of was like looking at the infrastructure. I was like, why do I care? Like when they like, I just feel like it's just like the front. I don't think it's a real boat. I think it's just like a
Yeah, but
like.
I would imagine everyone was probably taking pictures in that boathouse.
I know
Um,
someone needs to make a TikTok. Like crew guys probably have like the best content, but that's not their jam, so we'll never get to see it. I ain't making no TikTok. It's like, man, they probably have the best photos, especially like this is around the time like the first iPhone's out by now, right? Like people have picture phones, whether it's like a
Mhm.
Sidekick or a Razor. Like there are
Yeah.
photos, probably very pixely, but they exist.
Yeah, there would have been the iPhone came out in '07. This is '08. So by the
Mhm.
time this
yeah,
was being filmed, at least the iPhone had just come out.
I mean, and people, even the Razor phones had camera on them.
That's true.
So
I never had a
uh,
razor. So sad.
I never
I
had one
think they're.
either.
I think they brought it back. I think they've got razors again.
I'm
For a
okay.
split second, I think they were trying to get on that nostalgia wagon, and
It didn't
everyone
work.
was like, I don't think it did. I think everyone was like, "Oh yeah, those were cool," and then like, "Oh yeah, they don't really have anything now that is worth it."
Yeah, it's tough. They have a phone that like is a thing and it flips with Samsung, I think, right? Like
Mhm.
it's a whole phone itself goes in
That's right.
half.
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't know. Yeah, you had to
But
have.
that still has issues, I think, right? It doesn't that flip phone have a lot of issues um,
I'm an iPhone
with the
girly, so I
damage?
don't know about those problems, but wish them the best.
Unless they're willing to promote our videos, and then
And
they
then we're
are the
all
best.
rocking the Motorola Razor after that. We're
Yeah.
all just no doubt.
I will die on my iPhone hill, actually.
Just
Even if
lose our whole sponsorship because
even
Marino
if
won't.
it's the band.
Hilarious.
Oh, the band. Like, okay, so wait, what are we? Yeah, everything that had to do with people singing in public was absolutely hilarious in this. Cars, weddings, Catalina Wine Mixers. Like,
What, what was your favorite song?
I
it's
like the
still.
one that Will Ferrell sang. Oh God, what song did he sing when he first revealed that he could sing to his stepbrother, John C.
Where
Riley?
he sounded like a
An
combination
angel.
of Fergie and Jesus.
That's right. So, yeah. But also he started to have a tear in his eye when he heard him sing for the first time. What was that
Like, I
song?
can't even look at you right now. I can't.
Yeah,
Blinding.
right.
Oh man, what was it? Because it starts off so slow, and then he's trying to hit the higher note, and he's just
Oh,
kind
the
of.
do, 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 do,
No,
do.
no, that's at the end. That's the end one.
Yeah, that's hold on.
Oh, I
I
thought
have to
that
pull
was
up
the
the image.
reveal. Because he never sang well before. That's not the one?
What are you? He never sang well before. Get out of here! He sang beautifully in the bedroom, where
No.
he's like, "Come on, I just need to hear you," and then he's like, "And this room is not acoustically.
Let's give them something to talk about.
What about?
So stupid. And it's such a stupid song choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still Sweet Child of Mine. Carpool karaoke with the earpiece from that time. What about you, Steve?
Alrighty. Come on,
Uh,
Steve.
I have to say the Andrea Bocelli, uh the because what made it, not only was it recorded pretty well, but like also the flashbacks
Yeah, the montage and stuff. Yeah.
made it hilarious, because like especially when the psychologist comes into play, and like Will Ferrell is the lumberjack.
I've traveled 500 miles to what something put my seed in you or whatever.
Is hilarious. Is hilarious.
I think
Uh,
we need to find a way to get them to make another movie together. Talladega
Yeah.
Nights is great as well, but we need another John C. Riley, Will Ferrell flick.
Actually, like Will Ferrell partnered with someone. Like Will Ferrell is my Ludacris of comedians. I've probably said this before. Don't really like any like solo Ludacris songs, but whenever Ludacris like is on someone else's thing, it is the best part of the song. Will Ferrell, whenever he has someone directly to riff jokes with, I love it. The other guys is probably top 5 favorite comedies for me. And with Martin, that's him and Mark Wahlberg, who is technically not a comedian. I just whenever he has a best friend, it's really funny because he does this very serious passive comedy thing that needs somebody very emotional. And so but whenever he's like, I don't know, like I feel like in an Anchorman he was like too by himself, to where I just like, I don't know, like I know it's a good movie
Really?
'cause,
He had his whole gang in that.
I mean, he had his whole gang in certain scenes, but like a lot of the lines, a lot of the scenes, he's doing it on his own with people who aren't really
All,
necessarily trying to
all
be
his
funny.
best scenes in Anchorman are either with the gang or with Christina Applegate. Is that her name?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Bottom jeans. I'm just kidding.
Or Baxter.
Which
His
one was
dog.
Baxter? Oh,
His
yeah,
dog.
with the dog. Yeah, the dog. Yeah, they were a really good team, too.
But no, he's a funny guy. I'm not gonna lie. But there's sometimes when he's like just doing his own thing, I get a
I know
little.
what you're saying. No, I get exactly what you're going for there. I agree.
The balance.
But I haven't seen the other one. What did you guys just say? The
Talladega Nights.
racing. So the other guys in
Yeah.
that as well. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's like
That
he's like
one's
his
fine.
sidekick, sort of.
Mm.
That one's okay. Ricky Bobby. The one that I think that could be, and John C. Riley's not in this, but that I thought might be a shared universe is the other guys, and is it Knockaround Guys?
Knock around
The
guys with Vin Diesel.
no, what's the one with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe and their
Oh, the
PI?
nice guys.
The Nice Guys. Sorry. So yeah,
Mm.
so the other guys and the nice guys, I felt like could have a team up movie, even
That's
though
pretty
it's
funny.
a different years. But
Okay, so you're on to something, Dino. Will
Um,
Ferrell and Ryan Gosling make a very interesting pair. I remember they did a sketch on like the first episode of or maybe it wasn't the first. It was like an episode of like Jimmy Kimmel when he moved to his new time zone or to his new time.
okay,
And do you remember that? So you
I
can find it
wasn't.
on YouTube, but there's a
Yeah.
sketch with Ryan Gosling and Will Ferrell, and it's when Kimmel went to his new time, and they do this sketch where like they have their own show, and Kimmel is interrupting their show because
Okay.
like if they got crossed, like their times got crossed up, and they're like, "You're not supposed to be here. We do this every night at like 8 o'clock or whatever, and it's amazing.
That's
Oh,
funny.
that's
No, I don't think
And
so.
all
I
they're
might
doing
have
is
tuned
selling
in.
knives. They're like selling knives. Like they have a whole show where
Okay,
they sell
okay.
knives.
yeah.
I vaguely
I think they
remember
both have
that.
very passive personalities, so it probably would need like somebody to be silly. And I think Ryan Gosling can do both. But I feel like he can be dry too. But I mean, sometimes that works too. Opposites typically are my favorite in comedy, but sometimes two people be in the same. Not everyone has to be Beavis and Butthead, you know. It could be two Beavises.
Right.
It-
I mean that just shows the how like unique this movie is, that you don't have you usually can have two people like that, right? Like be so crazy yet play it so straight
Right.
and not get tired of it. It's kind of like a little bit Dumb and Dumber, where Jeff Daniels was like, all I have to do is just basically react to Jim Carrey, right? Like he was like, there's no way I can match up to his crazy, or because it's Jim Carrey. So I'm just gonna be right there as a bouncing
Well,
board,
I think
basically.
that's why this thing works, because they don't have to be the wild one and the straight man. They're both like the crazy one, right? And it's
Yeah,
kind of like the Marx Brother in that way, where it almost seems like everybody else is the straight man. But in the Marx Brother movies, it's not like that either. They're not really. The Marx Brothers is like a collaboration of a bunch of crazy people and a very few amount of straight people.
right.
And I think that's kind of how this thing plays as well. It kind of plays like a Marx Brothers film, if that makes
Yeah,
sense to like the younger collaborators.
aka
yeah,
Marina, the dignified couch
I'm really
potato.
like March Brothers films.
You
We
say
haven't
March
done a Marx
Brothers?
Brothers film, have we?
I think we didn't we?
I
Uh,
feel like maybe we did one, maybe like Duck Soup or Night of the Opera or something.
what's
I
the
was
one in the boat? Did we do the boat one? Maybe. I know. Anyway, yeah.
also
Maybe.
the parent there being layers helped too because yes, they were very. It was very similar. You're two guys that like don't want to do anything with their lives. Are super sensitive to insult, but have no problem insulting each other. That could be boring on its own, but I think having like a different parent contrast was helpful. The
Yep.
mother feels sorry for them, and the dad is like, "Shut up!" Like every step of the way,
Yep.
he's like sick of them. So I think like it was really smart to have these. It's like very layered, even to like the brother that bullies him and his wife that hates him, and then like like it's just like the kids. Everything works so work. It was very well written.
the
As
dad
And the
spanks.
mom's acting is so good when she's trying to protect them. And
Yeah,
like, she's like she's going back and forth on it because she knows they need to grow up. She knows they need to get
right.
out of the house and find a life or whatever. But she's also like she goes, well, we decide. Like, no, we decided this. Like, you have to they have to like stand as united front against them. She goes, yeah, no, you're
Yeah,
right. That all that's very fun because she's conflicted because those are still her little boys. But like,
yeah.
no, this is the reason why they are still little boys because you won't stop.
Like the spanking scene when then he's just like, "Be quiet, you're next" or whatever.
Yeah,
He's like,
right.
"Yes." He's just like, "Yes, sir," or whatever.
I love when he was asking to build the bunk bed, and the guy's like, "We don't care. Like, do what you got to do." He's like, "So
Yeah.
that yes."
And I just wait, and I just
So
wait.
that was my favorite
So
scene, Marino, when I first saw the movie. That whole sequence with them begging to build a bunk bed, them asking they needed permission to do it. Then they did it and it backfired. And then he ran back in the room and blamed it on the parents. Like, this is all
yeah,
your fault. This would have never happened if you hadn't agreed to it. It's such a bad idea.
no power tools. No, I can't hear you.
He
I'm just
My
brushing my
toothbrush.
teeth.
So that is not your toothbrush.
He goes, oh, I'm already done. It's so great. Yeah, all that's wonderful. That was all probably like improvised. There's no way they wrote that into a script.
I don't know, man.
Now, one thing they definitely wrote into the script was him putting his
Nuts
bolitas in the
on
drum
the
set.
snare drum.
Yeah, definitely that's in the script. It's yeah, that was a funny bit. So that bit, I don't know, like I like to know what Marina thought of that bit because you're the one that hasn't seen it. Was that like a shocker or was that funny at all?
You guys know me, I'm a prude, so I'm good on anything that gets a little like, I mean, I get it, they're guys and they're 12 and stuff like that's probably very fascinating and feels powerful, but I didn't laugh, but I also wasn't disgusted. It's just like, okay, like this is
I
on
mean, they're
track.
clearly like not real. It's clear, but I don't remember if I laughed at that in movie theaters. I mean, I probably did. But also it's probably the shocker that you guys did that. You know,
Yeah.
More than the nuts on the drums was when he hits him in the head with a frickin' cymbals. Like that
oh,
looks
that fight is
almost
great.
so real, but just that smash, like I'm like, are they even holding back? Like it might be a rubber one, but like every time there's like a punch or something, I'm like,
What about
like it's like wake up, and he's like, kind of like trying to punch him, and I'm like, man, there's contact. But yeah, the cymbals over the head, like
Them
was
Piggy,
breaking the walls, bouncing. The way all of that is filmed and like edited and cut together is so good.
piggybacking off the symbol when he's getting buried alive?
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
That whole thing was funny. Like him immediately like not going to tell the police and wrapping this guy up. But he's never made a responsible decision in his life, but he knew how to like tie someone into a rug and tape it. And he just was like, yeah, you
well,
know.
because he saw that show. What was the show?
Cold case file.
Oh, cold case of foul. And
And
then
then it's like, I saw you die, or you died, or whatever. He's like, your heart, blah blah blah. He's like, I used my ninja skills to like slow my heartbeat or some shit like that. Like what? Like no one over the age of like 12 should ever say those lines that
It's so
way.
good. It's like, where is it coming from?
It's
It's such good lines. I know, like it's improv and it's on a set
right.
full of funny people, so they're probably throwing stuff at them, and writers are probably like,
Yeah.
"Hey, say," a movie like this is probably an immense amount of fun to just be a part of.
I'm
And
so
and
glad
that's
Will
why I
Ferrell
say,
got discovered.
sorry, go.
I was just saying, I'm so happy Will Ferrell got discovered because imagine that man checking you out at the Whole Foods. Like, I would be creeped out. Like, he's just so intense. I'm happy he found his lane in
Yeah,
comedy.
yeah.
Well,
I watched his story is really good too. If you ever want to watch like him talk about like his early days, you should watch Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, where he talks to Jerry Seinfeld about like him deciding to be like a comedian or whatever, and going to like the Groundlings to do acting. It's really good.
Mm.
because before that, I saw him in an interview, and I think he went to USC, and he had buddies in a class, and he decided to dress up as a janitor and kind of like just like burst into the classroom and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't think there was a class." And then the teacher actually saw him later and was like, "Wait, you're not a janitor?" And so like found out, and the teacher was like, "Hey, come like every day or whatever, like just do a bit." And so he apparently would go in as a different character almost every day. Um, he also talked about his first week or first season of SNL. He decided to dress the same outfit like the whole week, or like just he would show up, and I think it was like a cowboy outfit or something. And so like he would get it washed daily or something and just like walk around in the same freaking outfit. So I mean, it's all about commitment, and like yeah, the whole improv thing is basically yes ending and one upping the game. This is
Sure.
a great example of that, right? Of just like you're working together to just kind of like constantly, you know, build on it.
And John C. Riley is great at doing that. Like, I mean, because he's such like a talented dramatic actor, and he's like been in all these movies with all these like great actors like Meryl Streep and whoever, and won an Oscar even for his acting in Chicago and singing and
No,
stuff
no,
like
no.
that.
He didn't win. He got nominated.
Oh, he didn't
I
win
don't
that one.
think he won. No, no, no. but I think that was like his final, because he had also been in Gangs of New York. I think the
Sure.
year before or maybe after, but I feel like he got nominated for that, and then it almost seemed like I'm not getting really the respect or the accolades of my serious acting, and he like hooked up with Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, and was like, "Yep, I'm just gonna have fun.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
just gonna
I'll
have a
take
blast."
I'll take him doing anything because I think John C. Riley is one of the most talented guys out there. Just let me see him and stuff.
Did you guys just
Nice.
mention that movie? Because wasn't he in a movie?
Chicago,
Oh, was he?
Mag, Mag, Magnolia.
I forgot about that. He's in a movie where maybe not. Let's move on. I have to figure
No,
that
no,
out.
no, no. I want to hear this. How's your? I want to
There's
hear
a
how
movie
the.
where he plays a brother. I think it's him, and he sleeps with his brother's wife, and she gets pregnant. Or maybe he's the brother that was married to her originally. I don't know. I didn't want to go through this while we're talking about
Well,
something.
Chicago. He plays the husband.
Yeah, no, it was a more modernized time.
Uh,
Yeah. I have to look into that because it was a movie that's in the back of my head for some reason.
isn't
But
he also in Boogie Nights?
He is in Boogie Nights
Yeah,
and Magnolia. I mean, yeah, he at one time I don't know if he's still in a bunch of P.T. Anderson movies, but I mean, he used to be.
yeah. He was part of the.
He's
Hall of
also
Fame.
Wreck-It freaking Ralph. Okay,
Yeah, I've never seen that movie. Those two
what?
movies. Yeah.
So the first one, just side note, the first you have to see them both, but the first one, I remember like this is a great concept. I don't like the way it's executed at all. Wreck-It Ralph needs a redo, and then the second movie they got it really right. The second movie's really
So
good.
they needed to wreck it, Ralph.
Yes, yeah. Wreck-It Ralph breaks the internet is a far superior movie than the first Wreck-It Ralph.
Isn't that because they got way more? At that point, I feel like since the first one was so popular, for the second one, they like probably any brand or
Yeah,
IP was like, yeah, we'll let you use us,
yeah, pretty
basically.
much that's what happened. It's a better story and it's just a better telling for that character. The first one is mostly just about video games, so all the video games
Okay.
are in it, which is great because you get to see Mario and Sonic and all these iconic characters. But then like when he's at Google and Twitter for the second one, it's like
Yeah.
oh like now you guys have tapped into what Wreck-It Ralph can do.
Almost. Yeah. It kind of lined up more with current events, right?
Yeah,
More topical at that point than
yeah,
classic video games.
for sure.
Are we stuck on Dino? Um,
I guess should we go into final thoughts or do you have any more questions, Steve?
Yes, I did have one more question,
Yeah.
and that is, Jason, what are the financials for this movie?
That's a great question. So this movie was made for like a whopping $65 million in 2008. I would imagine a lot of that went to boats and probably to Will Ferrell
O's.
and
Oh,
John C. Riley's paydays, their pay scales. I'm guessing. I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of like actors in this movie. 65 million seems like a lot for a comedy. But also it's 2008, so things are expensive. It's probably a big crew. It's probably a longer shoot. I don't know, but that's what it costs. And then this movie made 100. Hmm?
it's the Catalina Wine Mixer every time.
Right, shipping everybody to Catalina for the wine mixer, like a whole crew, and across shipping all that stuff on boats across. That's probably right, Marina. That's probably where the money came from.
And
Uh,
Horatio Sanz singing 80s.
right, yeah, those
yeah.
are all
Well,
very expensive
imagine
things.
you can have a write-off that's boats and hoes, and it'll be the one time where it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah, that's right. That write off would have been very, yeah. There's a lot of money there. So then this thing pulled in about 128 million at the box office, which it made its money back. It did double the budget, some of that goes to the vendor, but this movie made money, made a bunch of
What
money for
about
a comedy.
DVD sales? Right, that was
Oh, and
still
DVD
big.
sales, forget about it. Exactly. Especially this movie comes out probably at the peak of DVDs, I would
Yeah.
imagine. So
Well,
yeah,
especially
everybody
all
owns this thing.
their. That's how they started doing all the unrated stuff, all the way back from old school and all that. Which basically the unrated was like, all right, we might have flashed some boobs in the movie, but now we're gonna have more boobs, right? And just dirtier language. Even though in
So
this
my
one there
theory
was.
is the peak of unrated DVDs was probably '02 to '04, because that's coming off of all those movies from like the late '90s that found second life on DVDs in the early
Oh, really?
2000s.
I
Like,
think it was even the Adam McKay, like any bro-ish kind of comedy or teenager comedies, all had unrated.
well, the
Super
first one to do
bad.
it for
Yeah.
real was like American Pie,
Okay. Yeah.
and that was like 90,
99.
99.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's like 98, 99. So by the time that DVD comes out, it's the year
Yeah.
2000.
Do you have DVD sales and rentals numbers
Oh,
or?
that's a great one. I don't have that statistic, but maybe I can dig it up real quick.
Well, while you dig it up, all the Gen Z and below that are looking at this video, DVDs used to be a CD disc that people like Dino and Jason used to collect and utilize to save films. They will like somehow put the film inside a disc that then you put in a DVD player. So it only plays these DVDs. Or
Yeah.
some people will have a PlayStation and put it there.
Mm.
So I got the numbers if you guys are interested. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
so we only got domestic DVD sales. I don't know what international, because there's so much bootlegging. But domestic DVD sales are 69 million. So just that alone, I mean, goodness gracious, they made a
Yeah.
The
lot of money.
budget.
Whole lot.
They made a lot of money. They did really well. Where do they
And
make
I
them?
was I was one of those that bought the DVD. So
Legitimately, or did you get it from the Paraguayan black market?
no, legitimately.
Good.
Unless I don't think it was one of the ones that I bought in a pack. Uh, yeah, I think I bought that new. There were a few of those that I was like, yeah, this is a happy place to go to. That super bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one to own for sure.
See those deleted scenes and
Well, and you know how they would sell it also? They would be like two disc.
Mhm.
Because there were so many more extras, and that was even stuff that they were doing like the ask view, right? So Dogma and Jay and Silent Bob, and then all the Adam McKay stuff. Like, yeah,
Does it have the
Well, let me
direct?
just make. What was that?
Does it have the director's commentary?
yeah, I'm sure which now basically is just podcast instead of, because there are no DVDs and they don't put that into streaming. They've realized another streaming revenue is we'll do a podcast and you'll talk about rewatching the shows, and that's the commentary.
Talking about podcasts, I was listening to the Severance podcast,
Sure.
See?
and what's his face that played the brother?
Adam McKay.
No, Adam Scott.
Adam
Adam.
Scott.
Adam Scott. Adam Scott talked that he was filming something before essentially that scene that he had to like record in the car, and like his voice was like just so like the person singing is like someone else dubbed.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah, it's not him.
assumed it was all dubbed. So those kids can
Yeah,
really sing like that? They're like
Yeah,
little boy.
probably.
Yeah.
the kids, yeah, the kids were legit were singing.
Hmm.
It's so
That
crazy.
makes sense.
What is it? That whole interaction with Catherine Hahn of like, you're flat. I got, and then he's like, I'm gonna have to
Well,
take
money
over
to
and say,
Him berating her like that, yeah, that's
'cause
just
yeah.
ridiculous. Ridiculous.
He has such a douchey face in that it was hard for me when he first got onto Parks and Rec because I knew him from this and Party Down.
Right.
So it was already like goofy Party Down, but then this he was so douchey, and the way they like filmed him with that, yeah, that when he got on Parks and Rec, I was like, are we supposed to like this guy? Like he's supposed to be the love interest? Are we sure about that? But yeah, so killing
Well,
that.
I think it's time, guys, for final thoughts.
Let's do it.
And let's start with you, Jason.
Sure thing. So final thoughts. I honestly think it's the comedy classic. The cast, the directing, just the premise in general. I know what Marina was talking about earlier, but I do believe this is kind of timeless, just because it's so
Yeah,
silly and funny, and it's just such a silly comment, silly concept of stepbrothers. These two guys who can't grow up. I feel like we all have met people who just can't can't get out of their own like 12 to 15-year-old way, and this just makes like the ultimate fun of it. And then also like I just feel like this is peak Will Ferrell comedy. I just think this is the funniest he's ever been. And then he found like his comedy brother, his comedy equal. They just paired up so well together. Right place, right time. Adam McKay, terrific direction. Terrific casting all the way around. Would I watch it again? Absolutely. I plan to watch this thing many more times, I guess. Anyone who hasn't seen it, I would be honored to view this with a person who hasn't seen it for the first time. Who would I recommend it to? I would recommend this to anybody who wants a good laugh. Anyone who likes a good silly comedy. I want to meet the person who does. Actually, I don't really want to meet the person who didn't think this is funny, because it's just like you are so dull if you can't laugh at this thing and poke a little fun for an hour and a half of your life. Like it's just silly and it's a good time. So those are my final thoughts.
Thank you so much, Jason. Now let's go with someone that can echo that sentiment. Let's go with you, Marina.
Yay. Like I said, my thoughts haven't really changed since my first impression. It's funny. Would I watch it again? It's definitely not something I'm like, oh, you know what I want to watch today? Step Brothers. But if it's on like TV and I'm working from home, like I think it's like a really good, like feel good. You can chuckle when you're stressed at work and just like, laugh at some of the jokes. It's like something you don't have to 100% focus on, but still have a good time. So, I would watch it in that scenario. Um, Recommended to if there's anybody left out there, because I feel like I was it for me. Like,
Yeah.
get your things in order because the world might be ending. Because the last person who's never seen this movie saw it today, and it's yeah. But I'd recommend it with people who like comedy and they like Will Ferrell. If by chance they never watched this, I'd be like, hey, you need to, because if I finally did, you got to watch it, bro. And then yeah, it was good, and if anybody was wondering, the movie I was talking about earlier was called The Good Girl, and it came out in 2002. But aside from that, I enjoyed it, and thank you guys for bringing it up so that I could watch it, because it's been on my list, but it's just one of those things, so much to watch, sometimes you don't hit the list as quickly as you'd want to.
The Good Girl, is that with Jennifer Aniston?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
All
yeah.
right.
Like,
Thank you, Marina. Let's go with you, Dino.
yeah, kind of agree with Jason. It's just I do think it's timeless because it makes fun of all the other movies that are kind of like Parent Trap. It even ends as a Parent Trap, right? When they're like, I think he's trying to get us to get back together, you know. Um, so yeah, I would recommend it to a lot of people. Usually, Will Ferrell movies, I feel like it's this and Anchorman that I would recommend of his movies before anything else. Um, and it's almost like Anchorman is just a whole different other level, but and I love Anchorman, but I think I might enjoy this one more because Anchorman almost has more of a plot, if that makes sense, and a story, whereas this is just like bang, 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 pow, pow. So yeah, I would recommend this to people that were maybe raised in religions and were repressed for a very long time and haven't seen a lot of pop culture stuff from the 90s and early 2000s and be like, this is what you missed. That's it.
Way to jab at me.
Thank you so much, Dino. Let's go with you, Steve. I'm gonna keep mine short and brief. You know what I'm saying? Great movie. You know what I'm saying? It's a fun time. Definitely one of those that you quote a lot. There's something for everybody. Not every joke is gonna hit. Like you might have hit what we're literally talking like more than 10, 12 years ago. Um, and yeah, but it's still a really, really fun movie. It's definitely one of those that is like, we don't live in the era that we're like really watching cable television, but if you were flipping channels and this was playing, you would just keep it on, even if you're like already in the middle of the movie or whatever. So it's definitely one to also you can put in the background and just be something fun to have there. I would definitely recommend it to other people that have not have not been familiar with this film before. And definitely, for people that haven't seen it in a long time, go give it a rewatch. And yeah, those are my final thoughts.
Very cool. So Steve, what do you got for us next week?
Next week, I'm so glad you asked. So since we did stepmother and now we did stepbrother, now I am going with my step sibling, Jason. You're next.
Stepdaddies. No, we're not doing Stepdaddies. I don't know if that's a real movie. Probably is somewhere. There's a movie called Stepdads, isn't there? That's the Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell's in a movie called Stepdads
I'm not sure.
Sure.
with Mark Wahlberg and Mel Gibson.
Oh,
Oh
Daddy or whatever.
no, Daddy's home.
Oh,
Okay,
there.
we're not doing that anyways. We are going because this is Oye Cinema Club. We're going to step into something a bit more Espanol. I don't know if this movie's in Espanol or not, but it's called Volver, and it's starring the very gorgeous Penelope
Yeah,
Cruz,
Volver.
and it's
Uh,
directed by Pedro Almodovar.
No,
yeah,
Dino, I believe you spelled it wrong. It's Volver, like Jason said.
yeah, Volver. I believe I have that DVD in that same binder. Maybe.
Oh,
I
you
think I
own this
do.
one?
I think so, but
Very cool.
maybe. Nice. Good pick. Good pick.
And I believe we have done this director before. Um,
Mhm.
women, something about women.
Women in the verge of a nervous breakdown.
Women on the verge of a nervous breakdown. That's right.
And then I also think we saw his biopic ish with Antonio Banderas playing Pedro Almodovar. Um,
Oh, I don't think I was around for that one.
I think I picked that as well because I think someone else maybe picked the Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown. So yeah. Anyway, good director.
Anyways, for El Dino, Jason underscore Echoes, the Marina Love, and me, Steve the CB. We'll catch you next week. Bye
Bye.
Bye
bye.
bye.